the children that I see in my clinical practice benefit from learning healthy coping strategies. Children who've been abused, who have witnessed domestic violence, who are dealing with divorce or significant loss, serious illness or bullying, all benefit from learning healthy coping strategies. The Feel Better Bag is a technique that can help children learn, practice, and implement healthy coping strategies. So for this technique, you need a gift bag to give to the client, and I like to use these gift bags. These I purchased at Michael's, which is a craft store, and they come in different colors, but they're solid colors so that children can decorate the outside of the bag. You also need a prop that you're going to give to the client that will cue them or remind them to practice the technique. I introduce the Feel Better Bag in the first session with the client. I teach the client a coping strategy, and then for the coping strategy, the client is given a prop or something that represents the technique that I just taught the child that then goes into the Feel Better Bag. They then take the Feel Better Bag home, and the prop that they've put into their Feel Better Bag serves as a reminder or a visual cue for the child to practice that particular technique. There are a wide variety of coping ideas that you can add to the Feel Better Bag. For example, I often teach clients deep breathing, and for younger children, I might use bubbles to teach them how to take slow, deep breaths in and then slowly breathe out while blowing bubbles. And then you could give them bubbles to put into their Feel Better Bag, and the bubbles serve as the prop that they take home and use to practice the deep breathing. Or another favorite that I use with clients is the proud moment technique, where I have them think of a moment where they felt really proud of themselves. For example, a time when they won an award, or did well on a test, or scored a goal in soccer, or some kind of other moment that they felt really proud of. And then they can draw a picture of that proud moment and put their picture of their proud moment in the Feel Better Bag. And then when they're feeling sad or upset or stressed or worried, they can look at their picture of their proud moment as a reminder of that time, and then that can help them feel better. Whenever I teach the child some kind of a coping strategy, I first teach it to the child, we practice it together, and then we invite the child's primary caregiver into the session, and I have the child teach the strategy to their parent. And that's often fun for the child to, they often feel very empowered teaching their parent or their caregiver the strategy that they just learned. Then I list the parent as the child's coach, and I say, okay, the child's going to take their Feel Better Bag home, and they have the prop, whatever the prop is, that goes into their Feel Better Bag that reminds them of the technique that they've just learned and they're going to practice. And then I ask the parent to coach the child to practice the technique each night at bedtime. And if the child and the parent can do it together, that's even better. And they use the visual cue or whatever the item is that's in their Feel Better Bag as the reminder of the particular technique that they're going to practice. So each week I teach the child a new coping strategy. The strategy is accompanied by some kind of a prop that the child then puts into their Feel Better Bag. They keep the Feel Better Bag at home, and then at the end of the session they bring the prop home with them and they add it to their Feel Better Bag. After I've taught the child several coping strategies, I then ask them which is their favorite. So I say, you now have about 4 or 5 different strategies that we've learned together, and you've got a bunch of different items in your Feel Better Bag. So which out of all the different coping strategies that we've learned together, which is your favorite? And then the child gets to choose whichever one is either their favorite or the one that they feel is the most effective at helping them to feel better when they're upset or scared or nervous. And then that's the strategy that we try to incorporate into their coping rituals. Teaching the child healthy coping strategies is an important part of their overall treatment. But children aren't going to really integrate the skill unless they practice it at home. And that's why the Feel Better Bag can be helpful, because it's a concrete tool that really helps to remind the child and prompt the child to practice the strategies that they've learned in the session. Equipping children early in life with healthy coping strategies will improve their overall functioning. It can help to reduce nightmares, tantrums, stomach aches, nail biting, and other problematic behaviors. And it can also help to prevent problems from arising in the future, for example, substance abuse. There are a wide variety of coping strategies that you can incorporate into the Feel Better Bag technique. You can come up with your own coping strategies and accompanying prop to teach the client. Or if you're looking for ideas, you can find them in my books, Creative Interventions for Children of Divorce and Creative Interventions for Bereaved Children. Each of these books has about 30 different ideas for the Feel Better Bag. I'd love your feedback on the use of the Feel Better Bag technique, and I also welcome your own ideas on things that you've used effectively to teach coping strategies to your clients. So please feel free to post your comments on this YouTube channel.